When did you first review the data showing this so-called disturbing uptick?
So I read the letter, and we have been seeing over time threats.
Whoa. I didn't ask you. So you read the letter. That's your source?
Well, the National School Board Association, which represents thousands of school boards and school board members, says that there are these kind of threats.
Well, that's why Congressman Jim Jordan comes on this program and Attorney General Merrick Garland will not. He's talking about a memo sent by Attorney General Merrick Garland's DOJ, basically deeming anti-critical race theory parents, well, he basically called them domestic terrorists. It is not only solely based on the word of the radical, self-serving National School Board Association, but now we're learning that the White House actively worked in cahoots with top officers within that union to draft that very memo. Do you see this working together? Newly released emails depict a long-time working relationship between NSBA's president and CEO and the White House. An email from President Viola Garcia to the teachers' union's directors on October 2nd reads this: NSBA has been engaged with the White House and the Department of Education on these and other issues related to the pandemic for several weeks now. What else are the White House and the school boards colluding on? We also learned from these emails that the president and CEO went behind the backs of the NSBA board of directors to conduct this scheme, and the board is less than pleased about it. One of the directors, John W. Halkias, writes, instead of helping our members and working to decrease the tensions and hostility that many of us are facing, we seem to have fanned those flames of hostility and division. Fanned the flames is an understatement. The Department of Justice conducted no investigation before categorizing parents as domestic terrorists and threatening anyone who speaks out with the threat of arrest. It is an abhorrent misuse of power. Well, our founding fathers left clear evidence of what the limits of government should be. The founder of the 1776 Project joins me now on how Loudon and these school boards are clearly violating it. Lieutenant Colonel Bob Silvestri is here. Colonel, it's great to have you on the program.
Thanks, Grant, for having us on tonight.
All right, look, I love what you're doing with 1776. What do you make of what's going on with Loudon County here? This is just the epitome of what we're seeing really around the country.
Well, you know, it's an amazing thing in Loudon County. The more you peel the onion back, the more they realize there's subterfuge and cover-ups all along the way. And I can tell you, Grant, you know, I was at the White House in 9/11. I know what the face of terrorism looks like, and it doesn't look like the face of the parents all across America standing up for their children's right. By the way, in Loudon County, when they suffer rape in the bathroom, what we have here right now, Grant, is a case where not only their bodies are being assaulted, but their minds are being assaulted as well by CRT and the like.
Isn't that the truth? And, you know, critical race theory is this idea, to explain it to anybody that gets confused about it, that somehow America was founded on racist principles and it's still a racist nation. It's absolute bogus, and it's the most divisive thing out there. You talked about this rape. The story is a transgender student goes into a bathroom, rapes a 9th grade girl in the bathroom. The dad is so angry about it. I want to play for you a soundbite that happened on June 22nd when the superintendent of Loudon County denied that this ever occurred. Take a listen to this.
The predator transgender student or person simply it does not exist.
Simply does not exist. Now, before I let you respond, Colonel, I want to bring up an email from May 28th, which just came out. May 28th was the day this alleged rape occurred. This afternoon, a female student alleged that a male student sexually assaulted her in the restroom. That kid ultimately went to juvenile, the transgender perpetrator, and ultimately, we're told, did this to another student. Now, he knew this happened, yet lied to parents a month later, Colonel.
Well, this is what they call double jeopardy, right? So it also concerns me, Grant. I mean, it would infuriate me. Imagine yourself showing up at the school board, intending to clarify to other parents in the board about what the policies they're rolling out in the school are doing and how you endangered, in fact, and raped. Your daughter got raped. And suddenly you get a whole gaslighting episode occur between the board members. It looks choreographed, by the way. Did they look at each other? No, nothing like this has ever happened. And who's the fall guy in this? the fall guy is the parent who's shocked and outraged and loses his cool, and he's arrested and carried out of the meeting, for crying out loud. So what we're looking at now with the 1776 project is that each and every county and each and every school board, we're going to fight them one at a time. Now, if there's a silver lining to this dark cloud of CRT, is that parents have finally had enough. I've finally had enough. I've got a 12-year-old daughter, and guess what? She's in the school systems as well. We as parents cannot have our daughters predated upon. We can't have their bodies or their minds taken over by CRT and the leftist agendas we've got. So our objective is to come in and help parents and go to every school board around the country and carry out the good fight.
Look, we know what they've done is they want to have oppressors and the oppressed. But in reality, what they did was they took this small group of the oppressed, they turned them into the oppressors. Look, people are getting canceled. If you're a white male in society today, you are off of social media. And as we saw that dad, he's arrested in front of people. They want everyone shut up. You're not going to shut up, are you, Colonel? And the people behind you aren't either.
No, sir. And again, if I'm repeating myself, I cannot express how shocked and outraged I fought overseas in the war on terror. I was at the White House in 9/11, and the fact that parents that we would engage, this Attorney General would actually think about using the Patriot Act powers to stand up a war on parents is shocking and outraging. And every parent ought to be outraged. We ought to be standing up to fight for our 10 amendments, every single one of them, for due process, right of assembly, right to petition, which is exactly what they're doing in Loudon County. Yeah. We got to defend the 10 amendments, and each of us have to stand strong, and we're here to help them.
Well, I'm right there with you, Colonel Bob Silvestri. I appreciate you coming on the program. Great work with the 1776 project, and I urge people to look them up and recruit your help with them. Colonel, thank you for coming on the program.
Yes, sir. Can I give you it's just 1776project.org.
That's it. How easy is that? 1776project.org. Again, thank you.